That's that fish that moved up there. That's that fish that moved up there. We saw him move. He was right on the bank. I mean, right on the bank.
That's good to know.
Well, maybe we're fishing too deep. If you wonder what these fish are in, Russell, that's what they're in. I got the tree and all.
Got the tree and all.
I have the tree and all right there.
I think that's documenting these.
That's the way to catch them right there.
He's tied in the brush, isn't he?
I guarantee you. I'm fishing today with Russell Hanson, and we're fishing Alabama. And we're here, it's a full moon. That's the longest fish I've ever caught. Well, it's really not. I caught saltwater fish that's bigger, but never caught a fish that long. Look at that thing. It must be 5 foot long.
We call that a timber bass or a willow bass. Yeah.
That's a male fish, and it was right on the bank. I saw him move a minute ago, but I mean, he was right on the bank. And it's a full moon, and we've been fishing for an hour and a half or so, and that's only the second fish we caught, and the other one was a little tiny fish. That one wasn't very big either, but I don't know, we've tried to fish. We've been mostly trying to fish shallow, but and that one was just like really shallow. I saw that fish move a minute ago. He's in no water at all. I mean, no water at all. And that may be what we need to do, is just get in the absolute right on the bank, right on the bank. We fished a little bit out in some deep trees, or deeper trees, you know, 12 foot, not real deep, but we just haven't figured anything out yet. We still haven't, but we have caught one. He hit out in front of that.
That right there was a little bit better. Little better fish.
He hit right out in front of that. They liking that those little round blades. Ah, a little bit better. Look at all that black under him. Oh, that's mud. Have they been shallow? Yeah, that's mud.
That's mud.
I thought that was black under. That's mud. Well, when you have mud on your bottom lip,
I tell you something.
I ain't kissing that girl. I'm not kissing that girl. You didn't tell you right now, girls, you got mud on your bottom lip, and I ain't kissing you. That's all there is to it.
It might have been.
They might be just now getting ready to bite. I don't know. And we're just getting into the right area.
Yeah, he was in that shallow.
They're finally starting to hit that spinnerbait a little bit.
Thank you, sweet baby Jesus.
He hit it right up on top of the water too, didn't he, Russell?
Yes, right. Yeah. As soon as it hit the water, it moved his foot.
That's the way.
As soon as I got
that's the way those have been doing. That's the way you're supposed to catch them. When conditions are exactly the way they are right now.
When it looks like this, it looks like every time you threw it, that would be happening.
A lot of it's not biting.
They're on the cover, but you got plenty of cover.
I heard that one. Yeah. That's a better fish. Yeah. I thought he's bigger than that when I heard him. Did he come up and get on top of the water?
No, I got right off the bottom.
Oh, really? So when I heard him, he was just, you'd already had him hooked. Yeah.
I was sitting there. I stopped reeling, readjusting my phone. So he hit it on.
What kind of a capsule technique is that?
So he hit it. Well, that's called bottom dweller. But
he stopped reeling and he caught up with it and bit it.
That's my favorite bait in the world right there.
You know, see, I heard that flash, and I thought there was a fish come up and got off top of the water.
And he gets pretty miserable about it.
Not a big fish, but he come right halfway back to the boat, and come up and ate that legend spinnerbait right off the top of the water. Exactly what should happen. I mean, he torpedoed it too. That's exactly what ought to be happening right now, Russ. We should be able to just go down that real shallow water. It's the only way we've really been able to get a bite. Only way we've been able to get a bite.
I'd say 90% of the bite's been in 3 foot or less.
And there ought to be some big females doing that. I mean, that's a male there, but there ought to be some big females doing that. Where you about to expect to catch one?
It's right in the middle of nowhere.
It's another one of those just nice chunky fish. No, he was on the end of that tree, on the end of it. He didn't hit it hard, just kind of come up there and ate it. They're all about the same size.
And that's not a good thing.
Well, but there ought to be big ones right here where these smaller ones are.
They were right there, 2 foot deep.
The thing about it, Russell, is we moved out and fished around those trees. We fished deep, and you actually caught one finally out there on a worm.
Right.
But we fish out there for an hour or so and don't get a bite. We come get back on the bank and we get bites. But they're not big ones, but at least we're getting bites.
Well, we found out a little bit about where they're at. No thanks to me, but
I think that We should catch some big ones doing this exact same thing. I mean, they ought to be right here.
There he is.
Come out of that tree.
He jumped around and made a nice show, didn't he?
Yeah, he's jumping all over the place. We are catching a lot of fish that are that size. They all look like sisters or brothers or cousins or something. I know they all look like they haven't lived long enough is what they look like. Need something that's a little older.
I got what my dad called the Miss Mill colic. If you're real skinny here, boy, you look like you got the Miss Mill colic.
What colic?
Miss Mill. I missed the meal, Miss Mill colic. Yeah. He said, man, that's the worst kind of colic you can get. about 2 pounds, about 2.
About the same size. They look better when they're out there in the water.
He's a little better than the last couple I caught, but he's still not what you call a giant.
There he is. Finally one jumped out there and got it and ate it. I missed about 4 in a row.
Maybe we was on the wrong side of the bush. Gotta have a boat pointed the other way.
Right side of the bush on
That's
that
about as big as we caught today too, ain't it?
Yeah, he's a little bit better than the average that we've had today. Nothing wrong with that fish right there. Look how long he is. Yep. I think the last 2 or 3 fish I missed, they looked like pretty, well, they weren't big fish, they were like that one, but they were a little bit bigger than what we've been catching, looked like. Got my line down in my blade. Time to retie. Get my line out of my blade. That's when that thing gets in there like that, it also line gets in that split ring in your blade. Not only it cuts your line, it opens up the split ring on your blade, which keeps you from double line through the eye of that hook, which causes you to lose your blade sometimes. Double line over the index finger of your left hand, come down underneath that finger, wrap it 4 times, 2, 3, 4, back up through that loop. A pure 100% Jimmy Houston knot. Pure 100%. You break that line, your knot will still be tied to your spinnerbait. The knot will not break. What's happened sometimes, you see that little split ring right there? That little split ring, see how it's a little bit opened up? One of the reasons it's opened up, because the line got down inside of it while that fish was fighting, and it pulls it and it actually stretches it out. So you see this one, it's tight. This one's got a little bit of slack in it. What'll happen is that blade is liable to fall off because of that. But I'm gonna keep fishing with it until it does. When it usually falls off while you're fighting the fish. All right, I'm on the stump. Come out of one of those deep trees, same size as the ones I catch up out on the bank. Keep thinking one's gonna come out of there in a minute. It's gonna be half as long as my arm.
Well, like we say, by Friday we're gonna be up to 5 pounds. Whoop.
That one's half as long as half of my arm. Standing timber is one of the best places to find fish in the springtime, and it doesn't really matter a lot of times what depth that timber's in, but really and truly the best timber you can find is standing timber that's maybe 5 or 6 feet deep or less. If you can find standing timber that comes out on a point, a lot of times it'll go way out on a point, and you may be quite a ways from the bank, but you'll only be in 5 or 6 or 7 foot of water. That's the kind of standing timber that you want to look for. Look for isolated trees, a tree that's all by itself, and then straight lines. You see, just like right here, we got one straight line. You got a place where you got just a whole bunch of woods. That's always going to be a lot more difficult to find your fish in there, but you look for your straight lines. One of the places where you can find is like an old fence line. The old fence line that's got 4 or 5 fence posts in the water. That's one of the best places of standing structure. And it's not a tree at all. It's just an old wooden post that they've got barbed wire fence on. And usually that fence has been cut and it's not there anymore. If it is there, you got to be really watching for it. But straight lines in the summertime, in the springtime, those bass will get up, and they'll get up at the top of there, particularly later in the afternoon when the water gets a little bit warmer. They get right up in the top of those trees. You can run a spinnerbait over the top. You can pitch a sinking worm in there and have a lot of good success. So straight tree lines, standing timber, an excellent place to be able to catch fish. So one of my best baits to catch them with is a spinnerbait that creates a lot of vibration, like my old Legend spinnerbait. Round blades create a lot of vibration. Willow leaf blades create a lot of fash, and they look like a big old shad.